Welcome to the Football Den. I'm your host, Den. And guys, we got a lot of things to talk about. But before we get started, like I always do, I appreciate y'all for rocking with the Football Den, rocking with this channel. Make sure y'all get the subs up. We have 15 subs right now. We're on the road to 100. But let's get to 30. Let's get to 30 first, though, before we get to 100. You know what I'm saying? Let's take these baby steps to get to the 100 mark of subs. So I appreciate everybody that has subs. I appreciate y'all that support me on TikTok, even if you don't like what I'm saying or you do support what I'm saying. I appreciate all the comments and all the likes, man. I really do appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all that like my videos on YouTube and all that. Make sure y'all support that Be Like That podcast. Make sure y'all support the Football Den because you're gonna get content on both of them. I promise y'all that. So let's get started. You know, this is a football pod. So all we're gonna do is talk football. And we gotta talk about week 4. I know I'm late. Week 5 start tomorrow. 49ers go to the LA Rams. Let's get into week 4. And there's some highlights that we got to talk about that happened in week 4. One of them, we got to talk about Tyreek Hill. Let's talk about Tyreek Hill. So if y'all don't know, Tyreek Hill dislocated his knee and also tore some other ligaments in his leg. I think he messed up his ACL too. It was a devastating injury, a routine tackle. He catches the ball close to the sideline. Dudes tackle him. Most times, dude tackle, they get back up. But how Buddy tackled him, he twists Tyreek Hill leg. And Tyreek leg was looking, it was going different ways, if you know what I mean. Tyreek Hill leg was crazy. It looked crazy, looked brutal. Hoping for a speedy recovery. You know what I'm saying? But it was a brutal injury. The Dolphins went ahead and they won the game. You know what I'm saying? Tyreek Hill, that injury I think it brought that fire in them to finish the game strong. They was already winning. You know what I'm saying? And they kept the lead and they closed out and they beat the Jets. Now they're 1-3. The Jets are 0-4. And the main reason I want to talk about this Tyreek Hill situation is because Tyreek Hill, in my opinion, is probably going to retire. That injury that we saw, bro, I don't know how you come back from that and you're the same. Tyreek Hill, his thing is his speed. That's his superpower. His superpower is his speed. And with an injury like that, how many guys we've seen whose superpower is speed get a leg injury and they come back as a speedster? It's not a lot of examples you can bring up to say, okay, we got that. Remember him? You don't see too many dudes leg twist like that, knee dislocated and messed up, and they come back and they don't even skip a beat. We're not going to see that from Tyreek Hill. If he does come back, knowing him, he loves football, so he probably will. Now, if he does come back, then he probably won't be the same player. I don't think he'll be as productive as a Tyreek Hill we've seen in the last couple of years, but he still could be a good wide receiver. You still got to account for him. He still got great hands, but I don't think he gonna outrun and just go route deep, just beat anybody off the line of scrimmage. I don't see him doing that anymore. I just don't see that, especially with that injury, bro. That's a gruesome injury. And I think the best thing for Tyreek Hill to do is just retire. And the reason why I say that is because you already accomplished everything. You're a Hall of Famer already. You're a bona fide first ballot Hall of Famer. Nobody can take that away from you. What Tyreek Hill has accomplished in the NFL, a lot of guys can't say they've done that. Super Bowl. He's the only player in NFL history to have back-to-back 1,700 plus receiving yard seasons. The only player to ever do it. And one of the years he led the league in receiving yards. So Tyreek Hill is a bona fide first ballot Hall of Famer. He's one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. He's one of the greatest athletes to touch the NFL, to touch a football. Now he got some things outside of the field. He got some things that's controversial. And you might, well, that's crazy. Why would you be doing that? You might look at him a little funny, like, damn, my boy, you doing that. But besides all that, bro, you can't take away how great he was as a wide receiver. You can't take away from that. But I think he's just retired. I think he should take this injury like Michael Irvin did. Michael Irvin got hurt. He was still in his prime, still balling, still dominant. But him getting injured, that career-ending neck injury that happened to him, that occurred, he retired. Got hurt in 1999. Got in the Hall of Fame in 2007. That means he was eligible. His first year being eligible, because that was been the 2000, was 04. So he had to wait 3 years. He had to wait 3 years. 04, 05, 06. So, no, hold on. Oh, yeah, he had to wait 2 years. 05, 06, 07. 3. That's still 3, yeah. 3. So he had 3 years of eligibility before he ended up getting in the Hall of Fame. Tyreek Hill probably going to be a first ballot. Just because the cheetah, what he's done, the highlights, the crazy moments, him just beating dudes off the line with baseball with just speed. But then we're talking about his route running a route tree. You know what I'm saying? Climbing the ladder on dudes, getting up on dudes, mossing. We've seen it all from Tyreek Hill being only like a 5'8", 5'9" guy. He was very dominant during his whole tender in Chiefs. Then he go to Miami, don't even skip a beat, 1,700. So you really got to put a lot of respect on Tyreek Hill. Now you might not like him for the stuff he's done off the field, but you got to respect for this. You have to respect everything that he's accomplished on the field. So I really believe that he should retire, go off into the sunset, go ahead and retire, my boy, and go ahead and get that gold jacket, because you deserved it, you earned it, based on what you've accomplished on that field. So with that, I feel bad for Tua the most, because now the pressure's on Tua times 10. It was already pressure on Tua. Now times 10 now. Because now you're 1-3. Now you got to make something happen. Jalen Waddle, this your time. You getting paid $28 million. That's a number one. On most teams, that's the number one wide receiver money. That's number one wide receiver money. You making more than number ones on certain people teams, bro. They paying you $28 million a year. You got to make something shake, bro. You got to do what it do. You're going to be the number one guy. You're going to be a guy they're dependent on. I heard they're bringing in Cedric Wilson Jr. off of the practice squad, so he's returning. But I'm looking at Jalen Waddle and I'm saying, what are you going to do? Tyreek Hill is gone for the season. Can you be that guy? Because he's a lesser version of Tyreek Hill, in the sense of he's a speedster too, but he's not as dominant. He's not as dominant as Tyreek Hill is when it comes to using his speed to get open and all that stuff. Jalen Waddle, he's a dog too. He done put up some crazy numbers too, don't get me wrong. But he just doesn't. His impact is not like Tyreek Hill. But it has to be now for the Dolphins to even try to make the playoffs. Because right now they're nowhere near making the playoffs. They're 1-3. And looking at their schedule, if we go to the Dolphins' schedule, let's see who they got next. If we just look at their schedule, you got Panthers next. That's a dub. Your next 3 games is Panthers, Chargers, Browns. You could easily go 1-2, 2-1. My bad. You easily go 2-1, 3-4. Now you come to Atlanta and see us. How y'all feeling? You get to come to Atlanta, we get to spank that butt. Hopefully we do. But they're good, bro. They're good. Tyreek coming off a bad, gruesome injury of your teammate Tyreek Hill, and then coming off a win, you get Panthers, who's struggling. Bryce Young doesn't seem like he's going to be the future, and he's probably get benched again for Andy Dalton if he don't step his game up and play better. Then you got the Chargers, who they're coming off a bad loss. They should have beat the Giants. They come off a bad loss, but to be fair, they did lose Joe Alt. We don't know how long he's going to be out. Hopefully he can play. They lost Slater before the season even started. He out for the whole season. So now you lose both of your best offensive linemen, which are your tackles. It's going to be a struggle for the Chargers. And when you got Bradley Chubb and Phillips, they can take advantage of that. And if they don't, that says a lot about them. You're going against 2 backup tackles and you can't dominate. So the Dolphins can easily go 3-0. But I like the Chargers team. They're a team I feel like probably win the AFC West. So I think they'll probably go 2-1. I can see them beating the Panthers for sure. Chargers, tough team. Justin Herbert playing his butt off. And when it comes to the Browns, bro, even though the Browns have a great defense, even though I like Dylan Gabriel over Shedeur, Dylan Gabriel's going to struggle. He's a rookie. And we're going to get into Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel later on. But Dylan Gabriel's going to struggle. So Miami can take advantage of having a rookie quarterback, having a kid in Bryce Young who we don't know. We just don't know, bro. Every year it's like, okay, he's going to come. He's going to show us something. And he just falls flat every time. So they can take advantage of beating the Panthers, probably a blowout. Then you could take advantage of beating the Browns with a great defense, but a mid offense because the O-line is old. People don't want to talk about that old O-line. You're talking about a team in the Cleveland Browns, which we're going to talk about them overall later on. We're talking about a team that had one of the best O-lines. If you look at 2020, 2021, 2022, you can make an argument Cleveland had a top 5 O-line. But from then and Deshaun Watson playing booty, the last 2 years, they've had one of the worst O-lines in the NFL. The O-line is not good at all, bro. A lot of those guys are just old, and then they're about to retire. And injuries, too. So the Dolphins should be able to take advantage of that. And now you're 3-4. Now you're looking at your 3-4, and you go to Atlanta 3-4. And whatever you do then, whatever you do past that, it's up to you. It's up to Tua. The Falcons are going as far as Tua takes them, bro. They're going to go as far as Tua takes them. Tua has to play better. He has to be accurate. He's an accurate quarterback. That's his thing, being accurate. That's his thing. So he has to take advantage of that. With Tyreek Hill being injured, like I said, Tyreek Hill should just go ahead and retire, go out into the sunset, get that gold jacket. And now it's on Tua and Jalen Waddle to step up, play up to their talent, because both of them are good players and potentially can be great players when everything is going right for them. So the Dolphins are going to be good, man. Dolphins going to be. They had a slow start, 0-3. But now Tyreek Hill being injured, you just beat the Jets. Let's go into Carolina, spank them. Might lose to the Chargers, but then let's go to Cleveland, take advantage of a rookie quarterback, and beat them. So that's that. My next topic I want to talk about. Let's talk about my Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons bounced back after getting beat by a horrible. This is one of the worst losses in our history. One of the worst. I just don't get how the Patriots can put 40 on the Panthers, and we get a shutout by the Panthers. How do we get shut out when the Patriots put up 40? A Drake May put up 40, and Penix don't even score a touchdown. But he bounced back against the Washington Commanders, who didn't have Jaden Daniels, to be fair, had a Marcus Mariota, who still looked pretty good. He wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't that bad. Now, 16 completions out of 27 passes. He threw for 156 yards, threw a touchdown, 1 interception. The running game, they couldn't really get the running game going. Chris Rodriguez Jr., 7 carries, 59 yards, but he did burst for a big one. So the average don't tell the whole story. He did burst for a big one, but besides that, the Falcons defense maintained keeping the running game down a little bit. Jacoby Crosby Merritt, he had 7 carries, 47 yards, 6.7 carries. Like I said, it don't tell the whole thing. Debo was their best receiver with 6 catches, with 72 yards and a TD. Luke McCaffrey made some plays and on kickoff, on special teams, and on offense. And that's really it. You know what I'm saying? Our defense is pretty good. Our defense, I think, has allowed, I think when you talk about yards allowed, we're first on defense when it comes to yards allowed. Come on, bro. We got a good defense. We're not giving up yards like that. We give up some big plays, which is a problem. But when you talk about who's giving up the most yards allowed, we're not that team no more. Because Falcons used to get their butt beat by everybody. Our defense every year has gotten better. So I give Raheem Morris that even though I still have questions about him, our defense was giving up the least yards allowed this season. The least yards allowed this season. I appreciate that, bro. Great defense. I like the Watt kid. He's looking like he's probably going to be our best safety. Jesse Bates still make his plays. He moves around, do what he got to do. But I like this Watts kid, bro. He's good. 31, he's good, bro. 2 picks already. That boy can ball. So I like that addition. The Bowman kid, I like him too at the nickel. Our defense is coming along. Pierce, he making plays. Javon Walker, he making plays. So Terry Fontenot, I appreciate you, my boy. Like I said, this your best draft of your whole career being with the Falcons. So I do appreciate that. But let's talk about this offense, bro. Penix stepped up, bounced back. We're talking about 20 completions out of 26 passes. That means he only had 6 incompletions. He threw for 313 yards, 2 interceptions. 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Bijan. Now, the running game wasn't spectacular, but we had our moments. And we fed Tyler Algier and we fed Bijan. Bijan, 17 carries, 75 yards, 4.4 average per carry. Algier, 16 carries, 51 yards, 3.2. Both had touchdowns. Both made impactful plays. Then we get to our receivers. Penix was slanging that thing around. Drake London, our best receiver, 8 receptions, 110 yards, a TD. Bijan had 1. Threw it up to him. Caught that thing. Come on, man. Let's go, baby. Kyle Pitts show that he one of them boys, man. Kyle Pitts, they're finally utilizing Kyle Pitts and his talent, bro. I felt like since Matt Ryan had Kyle Pitts in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, I feel like the Falcons as an organization has not utilized Kyle Pitts in the right way. And I'm happy they're finally using him in the right way, moving him around, letting him put him in position where it was a mismatch and taking advantage of the mismatches. And that's what they've been doing, bro. This guy is 6'6", y'all. He's 6'6". Let's take advantage of him being 6'6". And the Falcons have done that. Penix, we finally have a quarterback, bro, that can throw it deep, that's accurate, and who ain't afraid to risk it for the biscuit. And yes, he threw a bad interception. He didn't see the dude, which is fine. But what I like about Penix is he gives his receivers a chance. He throws his receivers open. He basically tells his receivers, I trust you. Go get it. I'm going to throw it to you. Go get it. I trust you. And every receiver that we've seen so far has taken advantage of that, bro. Penix is a good quarterback. Now, he had me worried getting shut out by the Carolina Panthers. But the Carolina Panthers, for some reason, been our kryptonite, especially playing at home, at their crib. At their crib, I think in the last 3 years, we're like, the Panthers been bad for the last 3 to 4 years. And I think we're like, what? 1-3 against the Panthers in the last 4 years. So I'm not surprised. We're like 1-3 against them at their home, away. So every time we play in Carolina, we always lose. It don't matter what their record is. They spank us. I think the only win dub we got was last year with Kirk Cousins. Andy Dalton started. He probably going to start again if Bryce Young don't get his shit together, get his stuff together. But all I want from the Falcons is give us hope. That's all I keep asking. Give us hope. And I can finally say I have hope. I know it's after 4 games, but I still have hope. I'm always going to critique the Falcons. I'm a diehard Falcon fan, but they're giving us hope. And that's all you want as a Falcon fan, just to have some hope, bro. Can we get over that hump? Can we just make the playoffs? And looking at the Saints and looking at the Panthers, the only team that worries me are the Bucs. We should have beat the Bucs. Young Way Cool, appreciate for your time with the Falcons, but you had to go. You cannot miss. Come on, bro. Anything less than 50 kicker, it should be automatic for a kicker. Anything less than a 50-yard field goal should be automatic to a kicker. And Young Way Cool missing 50, 45-yard field goals. How are you missing 45-yard field goals when you got niggas out here in Aubrey with the Cowboys making 56, 57? You have to take advantage. You in a dome missing easy kicks. You're not outside kicking 65 like the Bucs kicker did, and he made it. The longest kick in the outdoor stadium. So we let that game get away. Got our ass beat by Carolina. Got them a dub. Probably going to be their only dub of the season. And now we're back on track of beating a nice Commanders team. Now, the Commanders got some things they need to work on, especially the secondary. That secondary is not that good. And I like Bobby Wagner. He can't cover for nothing. Just let that man play some zone. There's no way you got Bijan going on a real route. You got Bobby Wagner playing man. He's playing man-to-man on Bijan. Bijan runs a real route and smokes Bobby. Smokes him, bro. Smokes him. That's why he had 106 receiving yards. Smoked him. Had over 180 total yards during the whole game. But all that Falcons fan want, we just want a team that gives us hope. That's all we want as a Falcons fan. We just want a team that can give us some hope, bro. Xavier Watts is a dog. A dog. I like Xavier Watts. I like Billy Bowman Jr. He's a dog. Leonard Floyd. The leadership and the veteran and the leadership that Leonard Floyd has brought to the team has impacted us in a very great way, bro. In a very positive way. Because you see Pierce, I like Walker, that both of them are making plays, stepping up, getting pressure on the quarterback. That D-line has improved, bro. We're a team that last year we're worst in sacks. We were last in sacks, last in pressure rate. And now we're probably, if you look at it, we're probably like in the top 10, top 15. And that's all you want, bro. You just want a team that has a consistent defense that can get to the quarterback or make the quarterback get the ball out quick. And that's what you want. And we did that. So I appreciate that. But we just got to keep it up. That's all we got to do. We got to keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Total yards, we have 453. Passing, 307. Rushing, 128. 24 first downs. We were 50% on third downs. We had 2 sacks, no fumbles, and we had 9 more minutes of time of possession than the Commanders. And that's all you want as a Falcons fan, bro. You just want a competent team that can make plays and give you hope. And that's what the Falcons doing. So I appreciate that. I appreciate Raheem for showing me that, okay, I can be a great coach. I can get this defense fire on all cylinders and make plays and fly around the field and dominate. And that's what they've done. Vikings game, this game. Can they keep it up? We'll see. But for right now, I have a little hope. I have some hope that we're going to be a legit team this year. I hope we are, bro. I really do hope we are. Because last time we started off strong, ended the season, then it was terrible the last couple of games. This year, we can't do that, bro. We're going to start strong, we need to end strong. I think with Penix, he going to have his moments. All quarterbacks do. But we need to see more positive moments than negative moments. We need to see more good moments than bad moments. And hopefully, he does that. So, appreciate the Falcons. And the last thing I want to talk about, hold on. Did I have another game I want to talk about? Pittsburgh. I want to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Y'all know me, right? This year, I'm not really a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. My dad is, my uncle is, and my cousin is. My cousin said, Terry, and my dad and pops, they're some diehard Steelers fans. Me personally, I'm not. But with Aaron Rodgers, this being his last year, you know what I'm saying, one of the last great quarterbacks of my childhood, finna retire. I gotta root for Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, I gotta root for him. And I hope he goes off into the sunset with a playoff win. And right now, they're 3-1. The defense had a great game in Ireland against Minnesota. Mind you, Minnesota did hire Carson Wentz, but Carson Wentz made some plays. He ain't no scrub. I know y'all like to call him a scrub, but he's a great backup. He's a good backup. He made some plays. But the Pittsburgh Steelers defense finally looked like the Steelers defense. The Steelers defense that I've been seeing my whole life finally came to the party last Sunday in Dublin. And I appreciate that, man, because you look at the first 3 games, Steelers have been terrible. Like, bro, the Steelers have been terrible. They have not looked good at all. And they finally say, you know what? Week 1, we was terrible. Week 2, we was terrible. Week 3, we was terrible. Let's go show them that, this Steelers defense. And they showed that. They showed that, picked off Carson Wentz twice. Aaron Rodgers made some plays. Him and DK each week, they're just getting better with just the connection between Aaron Rodgers and DK is going to get better week by week by week by week by week. And I'm telling you, watch DK Metcalf, bro. DK Metcalf, by the end of this season, say what you want, he's going to be a top 5 wide receiver. If him and Aaron Rodgers, that chemistry and the timing, they can get that right, I'm telling you, DK Metcalf will be an all-pro this year, bro. Because he balling, he ready. Anytime the ball is in his hand, the yak yards, everything, he's dominant. So watch out for DK Metcalf this season, bro. I like DK, man. I like DK. I don't really like the fingernail stuff. He too big for all that fingernails. Some of the stuff, how he be dressing, look kind of crazy, little sassy. But besides all that, bro, my boy can ball. I'm high on DK Metcalf this season. I feel like he's gonna have a great year. Right now, he's looking like he's gonna have a great year. He potentially can have an all-pro year. My only knock on Pittsburgh, and it's on Aaron, but Aaron, y'all, is they got to throw the ball more down the field. You just can't throw in slant routes and screen. We can't keep doing that, bro. 5-yard in and out routes all day. We're going to have to throw that ball down the field. We're going to have to see some post and go routes from Aaron. And I know he's 41 on the 21st season. But in order for the Steelers to get over the hump, to actually compete in the AFC, Aaron's going to have to sling that thing around. He's going to have to bring back at least 40% of the 2020 or 2021 Aaron Rodgers. He's going to have to for the Pittsburgh to get over the hump and actually be a team that can compete for – they're going to win the division. If they don't win the division, Mike Tomlin should be ashamed of himself. But they compete for a Super Bowl. You can go into Buffalo and beat Buffalo. You can go into Kansas City, whoever win there, the Chargers, whoever win, and go beat them. You know what I'm saying? So they have a great team. They have a great team. I like the team. The defense is coming to play now. The defense is starting to turn up and make plays. And Aaron Rodgers, if they keep him up, the O-line has impressed me this year. They have impressed me. And if the running game could stay consistent with Gadwell and Jackson and Johnson, and when my boy Waddle come back, Warren come back, they should be firing on all cylinders and they should make plays and they should do what they do. So I like Pittsburgh. Like I say, my only issue with them is throwing the ball down the field. I need to see Aaron throw for 250. You can't throw for no 200, 190 to 200 flat. I need to see some 250, 300, some 300-yard games in order for Pittsburgh to get over the hump. Because Josh Allen going to do that. Patrick Mahomes going to do that. Justin Herbert going to do that. Daniel Jones going to do that because he looked good too. So shout out to Pittsburgh. I just hope that Aaron Rodgers could go into the sunset either with a playoff win, a Super Bowl appearance, or a Super Bowl win. So shout out to Mike T. You can't every time we try to doubt Mike Tomlin, bro, he just laughs at us and just have a winning record, get him in the playoffs. But hopefully he can laugh at us, have a winning record, get him in the playoffs, and they win a playoff game. The last game I want to talk about, which to me, but probably if you want to say, I know a lot of people said which game? Everybody saying was game of the. Dang, was it Sunday Night Football? I know a lot of people like Dallas and Green Bay. Micah really ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? He had a sack in overtime. He really ain't do nothing. He was an afterthought. He didn't jump off the screen or nothing like that. Dak had a field day against the Green Bay Packers. George Pickens had a field day against the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love had a field day against Dallas, and Dobbs had a field day against Dallas. So it was just two great offenses destroying two underwhelming defenses. But the game, to me, of the week, bro, was that Rams and Colts game. We got to talk about that game. That was a great game. We got to talk about the Rams and Colts game. To me, was the game of the week. If you watch that game, bro, if you look at just the stats alone, you're going to be like, oh, Daniel Jones threw 2 picks. Oh, Daniel, no. Daniel Jones was slinging that thing around, bro. Daniel Jones is on a resurgence. He's reborn. He is reborn. Daniel Jones, 24 completions off of 33 attempts, 262 passing yards, threw a touchdown, 2 interceptions. Jonathan Taylor, who's an MVP candidate. You can make an argument, Jonathan Taylor and Bijan right now, because Saquon's off to a slow start. They're the best 2 wide receivers through 4 weeks. You can make an argument of that. Jonathan Taylor could have had a touchdown, but my boy A. Mitchell, first of all, dropped the ball before he went through the end zone, touchback. Then Holden, while Taylor go ahead and score like a 30-yard touchdown. Holden, so 2 plays that could have been touchdowns, and we're looking at the Colts. The Colts probably should have won the game 34-27 or 34-20. But that's why each play matters, bro. Each play matters. And even though Mitchell did that, my boy still had 3 catches for 90. Tyler Warren, rookie, actually looks good. These tight ends coming into the league, they just coming in they don't miss a beat. They go to college, dominate, then they come to NFL like it's nothing. They dominate. Tyler Warren, 5 yards for 70. 5 catches for 70 yards. Then Michael Pittman, somebody who just always consistent. 5 catches, 41 yards. Josh Dobbs, that little he quick, run some nice air routes. Josh Downs, 4 catches, 24 yards. Defense is decent. They got a decent defense too, man. But the Rams, let's talk about the Rams, man. Matthew Stafford, how old is this dude, bro? That boy, I don't know what. He must got the Lazarus pit. Matthew Stafford jumping that Lazarus pit before every game, bro, and just show out. 24 completions off of 41 passes, 375. 375 and 3 touchdowns. Kyron Williams, 33 carries, 77 yards. Blake Corin, 9 carries, 21 yards. Now let's talk about these receivers. Some dogs. Puka Nacua, through 4 weeks, he's the best receiver. 13 receptions, 170 receiving yards, a touchdown. Tutu Atwell, the game-winning touchdown, just 1 catch, but it went for 88 yards. Devontae Adams, the best number 2 wide receiver in the league right now. 4 catches, 56 yards, a touchdown. Tyler Higbee, an old man, but he's still productive. Matthew Stafford, bro, that boy got that Lazarus pit at the crib. I'm telling you, that boy got that Lazarus pit at the crib. And he ain't skipping a beat. I mean, he ain't missing a beat right now, bro. He's not missing a beat. He's making all of the throws that most people can't make. He's still making them at his age, bro. Like 37, still balling. MVP candidate. I'm sorry, man, I didn't put you in there. Through the first 4 weeks, you got Josh Allen, and I know they lost. Still Justin Herbert, but we gonna see because he just lost Joe Alt, so we gonna see. But I'm still put him in there. Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor, and the 5th guy, Matthew Stafford. I'm sorry. If you want to say 6, you want to put Puka in there too, that's cool. Puka might win offensive guy. Him and Jonathan Taylor might have to fight for that offensive through 4 weeks. But through 4 weeks, if we just do quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Herbert, my boy Daniel Jones, and you got to put Matthew Stafford in there. You got to. Matthew Stafford balling. The week 4, the throws he was missing in week 3 against the Eagles, he made week 4 against the Colts. He redeemed himself. Bro. He did. He missed a couple of throws that's usually like easy to him, like layups to him. He was missing them. Came back, made him look like layups, like he usually does. So shout out to that. That was a great game. You had to watch it. If the Colts just A. Mitchell, if he don't drop the ball before he go in the end zone, touchback, and if he don't hold and JT go score that touchdown like he did, and they don't call it back, we're looking at a 4-0 Colts team. They're probably going to win the division. The division they're in sucks. Jacksonville's the only threat, but I don't trust Trevor Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? I don't put a lot of money on Trevor Lawrence, not on loss. So he's going to have to show me and prove to me that he's legit. Daniel Jones showing me he's legit. People forget that Daniel Jones played on a terrible O-line. He was always banged up. And he never really had a running game unless Saquon was healthy. Now he has a great running game, has one of the best O-lines. He's behind one of the best. I'm saying he got the best O-line in front of him blocking for him. And he got some good wide receivers. So you can't count them out at all, bro. So shout out to them. Now let's get into some of my main topics that I want to talk about today. Let's get into my boy, Ja'Marr Chase. Now, I told a lot of y'all folk that were telling me I'm wrong, I'm tripping, that Ja'Marr Chase is going to throw a tantrum on the sideline. He's going to get upset. And when you're telling me, you're wrong, you're this and that, this is his stats through 4 weeks. First game, 2 catches, 26 yards. Week 2, which was his best game, but he lost his quarterback, 14 receptions, 165 yards, and a touchdown. Slant route in the end zone. Quick little slant route end zone touchdown, Joe Burrow. The next game where they got mollywopped, 5 catches, 50 yards. 5 catches, 23 yards. Ja'Marr Chase is pissed off, y'all. Ja'Marr Chase is pissed off. And can you blame him? You playing with and Jacob Browning should be playing way better. Jake Browning should be playing way better, bro. And for him to be looking that bad, it's insane to me. He should be playing way better, but he's not. So it is what it is. And Ja'Marr Chase wide open in some of these clips. You watch the game, Ja'Marr Chase is wide open, and Jake Brown is not giving him the ball. So of course he gonna let it be known. And let me find this clip. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me find the clip. Him going to the head coach like, nigga, throw me the ball. Hold on, let me see. I just need a clip. Just give me a clip. Hold on. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like Ja'Marr Chase should have had 2. He should have had 2 catches He should have had 2 touchdowns last game. If Jake Browning is actually looking and not being worried about getting sacked or worried about anything else but throwing him the ball. He's worried about everything else but throwing Ja'Marr Chase the ball, bro. Jake Browning tripping, bro. And the reason why I'm going hard on him, bro, because bro, it's rookies that'll make them throws, bro. It's rookies that'll see that he open and make them throws. Pat Surtain ain't shut him down. Jake Browning ain't throw him the ball. That's the problem. That's literally the problem. But damn, I can't find it. But his overall stats, 26 catches, 264 yards, and a touchdown. Ja'Marr Chase numbers should be way better than that. You're talking about a dude, he's coming off a Triple Crown season, y'all. When you're coming off a Triple Crown season, you don't want to come the next season and flop. Now, he might not have a Triple Crown season again, but you still want to put up some productive numbers. You still want to have like over 90 to 100 catches. You know what I'm saying? 1,200 to 1,400 receiving yards and about, like, let's be real, 8 to 13 touchdowns. That's what you want. You might not win Triple Crown again, but at least they can't say you're not productive. You still productive. You still ain't miss a beat. You still came out there and put on the show and dominated. And he's not looking like that right now. And it's not because of him. It's because of Jake Browning. And as a receiver, and knowing how he feels, these receivers want the fucking ball. And if you're not giving them the ball, and every time they get them wide open, you're not looking their way, you're looking at other places, and you're running around, be scared of O-line when everything is about timing, then I'm going to be mad too. I'm going to go to the coach too. He's the best player on offense besides T. Higgins. He's the best player on offense right now. Him and T. Higgins, their two wide receivers are the best players on offense. Get this man the damn ball. And Jake Browning not doing that, and my boy got frustrated. And I told y'all this already. Jamar Chase is going to have one of his worst seasons this year because the Bengals won't get the quarterback situation straightened. I understand Jake Browning has been there. He understands the system. But he's not making the throws that most quarterbacks will make. I don't get how you can come in, you a backup, you feed your best receivers. You force feed them now. And he's not doing that. Jamar Chase wouldn't be mad if the nigga was throwing it. Let's say the ball got picked, but he trying to target Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase not going to get mad. But the problem is he's not throwing Jamar Chase the ball when he's even wide open. He's not even trying to get the man the ball. 5 catches, 23 yards. It's unacceptable for a type of player that Jamar Chase is. It's unacceptable. It should at least be 5 catches, 60. 5 catches, 6 catches, 80. 5 catches, 23? 5 catches, 23. That's like 4 to 5 yards a catch. You ain't gonna get nowhere with that. That's like 4 or 5 yards per catch. How you gonna get somewhere with that? Jake Browning got to get this man open, or Zach Taylor got to make a decision and go ahead and call the Giants and say, can we get that boy Geno? They're not going to get no fucking Shador. Stop saying Shador's name. But go ahead and go get that boy Geno. Because Geno going to do what it do. I'm telling you, he's going to throw a lot of interceptions, but he's going to try to throw his guys. Jamar Chase is going to put up some numbers. He's going to put up some numbers, trust me. But they got to figure out something, bro. I'll call Geno and bring Geno in. And if Jake Browning is terrible, you just put Geno in, you dumb the offense down, and then let Geno sling that thing around, risk it for the biscuit. That's all you can really do right now. That's all you can really do right now, bro. I'll make that phone call, give up a conditional pick, or give up one of them a 5th or a 6th round pick in the next year draft, and go ahead and bring on Geno to try to save the season. But right now you're 2-2. Hold on, you're 2-2 right now. Season still long. Season is still long. Hold on. You got Packers. No, you got Detroit. So you thought Jamar Chase threw a tantrum last game. Come on, bro. He gonna feel some type of way if he not getting no catches, and he ain't putting up the stats that he's supposed to. And Amar St. Brown over there go for 130 and he score about 3-4 touchdowns. He gonna feel some type of way. Wide receivers are competitors, bro. They don't want the other wide receiver on the other team to outplay them. So I don't know what the Bengals are going to do. I hope they go bring in Jameis, but they might not want Jameis. Jameis might not fit the system that they like. He might not be the quarterback that they feel like can fit the system that they run in Cincinnati. So we'll see. We'll see. Now, second to last topic. Philly fans. Y'all talked all that junk when y'all beat the Rams. Oh, you should take what you said back. Oh, you sound crazy. Oh, you sound stupid. How y'all look now? A.J. Brown putting out cryptic messages because he's not getting the ball. Devontae Smith got his head down after a W. Why? Y'all want to keep blaming the OC. It's Jalen Hurts, man. It's Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I keep saying this, man. I like Jalen Hurts. But my issue with the media when it comes to Jalen Hurts is, since he's a great dude, speaks well, great leader. You know what I'm saying? Know how to command a team. And you don't hear nothing off. He don't have no off the field situations to where we looking at him crazy. We how we say, we overrate him a lot, bro. We overrate this nigga a lot. He top 5. No, he not no tie. He top 5. Make that man, how is he a top 5 quarterback? He's never been a top 5 quarterback. He had one great year, y'all. I just don't understand how a dude, 2022, he was runner-up in MVP. He was second team All-Pro. Only threw 22 touchdowns. Most of his other rushing touchdowns were tush push, but that's neither here or there. Then the next year, top 5 in picks. The year after, the year they won the Super Bowl, 17 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, to a point where they were like 2-1, 1-2, whatever in that range. And the team switched. The team flipped. It was a total turnaround. They say, you know what? Less throwing, more running. Saquon dominate. They win the Super Bowl because the Chiefs, they made it to where we're going to stop Saquon and make Jalen Hurts beat us. Jalen Hurts beat them, and now we saying Jalen Hurts top 5, he won a Super Bowl. I've never seen nothing like this in my life. The whole season of 2024, the weakness of the team was the quarterback. Now they win a Super Bowl, he top 5. Only stands and people who are casual football fans talk like that. No real fan of football is telling me Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback when last year, the main reason why they started winning because they told him, let's throw less. We're going to have Jalen Hurts throw less and have Saquon run more. And that's how we're going to win the games. Now they're 4-0. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, he's mad. Devontae Smith is mad. And it's the OC. It's the OC. It is the OC. But it's also Jalen Hurts too. Because it's plays A.J. Brown is open and Jalen Hurts don't pull that trigger and give him the ball. And a lot of y'all know that. But y'all sit around and be disingenuous and say that's not true when it is true. If you're one of those dudes, like a Matthew Stafford with a great arm, you can throw guys open and you can force it in there sometimes too, bro. You got to risk it for the biscuit sometimes to get your guys open and show them that I believe in you and I have confidence that you're going to catch any pass I throw to you. Jalen Hurts not doing that, bro. He's very passive. He's not aggressive at all. He's very passive, bro. And I don't like that about him. Because if he's really a top 5 quarterback, the numbers will show that, and the numbers don't show that. I keep talking about wins and losses. He's on a great team, bro. Stop it. You act like he's on a great team. He got Pro Bowlers and all pros all around the team. Let me not. I know a lot of y'all take everything I say literal. He has potential Pro Bowls and all pros around the team, bro. How he knows talent. How he knows talent. So I respect that. But stop with this top. Jalen Hurts is not top 5, bro. If he was top 5, why is receivers mad? If he's top 5, why is the receivers mad? A.J. Brown's a diva. A.J. Brown's a diva. Why would we force him the ball when we're winning? Why would we force him the ball rather than just play within the game, play what they say, take what the defense gives us instead of just throwing him the ball. Why would we do that when we're winning? We're taking what the defense gives us and we're still winning. Bro, it's a stat. When A.J. Brown has some crazy numbers, y'all still win. Stop it, bro. Stop with this notion of why would we force A.J. Brown the ball to just lose? You don't. It's no history of that. That's why A.J. Brown's mad also. That he looks at it like, if you look at my record when I have great games, it's a winning record. So miss me with the why would we force feed him? Force feed him or not, when you force him, y'all still win because he's that good. He contributes to winning when he gets the ball. Not force feeding him. He's one of your best players on your team. But since y'all love Jalen Hurts so much, one, because he's black, we just keep it 100. If he was a white boy, y'all wouldn't be doing this. One, because he's black. One, because he don't have no off-the-field issues. And he's a great leader. Y'all love to overrate this man. I like Jalen Hurts. He is top 10. He's not top 5, bro. Stop it. He's not top 5. Stop it. He's not. If he was, the receivers wouldn't be looking like that after a win. His receiver won't be pushing out cryptic messages. And see, that's why you don't want to ever be teammate with your besties, man. That's why you don't want to be roommates with your homeboys. That's why you don't want to play with your homeboys. Because stuff like this happen, it can destroy your relationship. In the first 2 years, it was happy. The first year and a half, it was happy.
But in the end of 2023, we saw that relationship start to crumble. 2024 start to crumble. Now 2025 it's gonna completely crumble. And I'm telling you, if Jalen Hurts and that OC don't find ways to get AJ Brown going early, just like Kyle Shanahan does, just like Sean McVay does with Puka. I just don't get how you got these OCs. How can Sean McVay get Puka 13 catches? But you can't get AJ Brown 5 or 6 a game? That's crazy to me. And it's unacceptable. So I feel for AJ Brown. AJ Brown wants to be a Hall of Famer. And you can't be no Hall of Fame with Jalen Hurts throwing you the ball. The first year and a half, you could. But 2024, the end of 2023, 2024, and this season, starting this season, I don't see it. And if he continues to play with Jalen Hurts, with the OC not doing nothing, not trying to give him the ball early or nothing, he need to ask for a trade and go. Because they playing with him. If you throw him the ball or not, you're going to win, bro. But the stats prove when A.J. Brown has great numbers, the Eagles have a winning record. These are facts, bro. These are facts. A.J. Brown contributes to winning, period, point blank. He's one of the best man-on-man wide receivers in the NFL. He is the best. He's the best man coverage wide receiver in the NFL. You can't play man-to-man on him. He's going to dominate your receiver. He's going to win every time. Usually they say, oh, it's 50-50. It's 70-30 when somebody's guarding A.J. Brown, when somebody's covering A.J. Brown. He's that dominant. Jalen Hurts has to give that man the ball, and he won't complain. But they're not giving him the ball. And that's on Jalen Hurts, and that's on the OC. So y'all can say what y'all want. Jalen Hurts is not top 5. And you know what? You know how I know he's not top 5? His receivers don't think he's top 5. You can't tell me A.J. Brown with Matthew Stafford, he's not putting up crazy numbers. You can't tell me A.J. with a Josh Allen, he's not putting up crazy numbers. With a Lamar Jackson, he's not putting up crazy numbers. They're going to find ways to get that man the ball because they know he's dominant. And he's one of the best receivers in the game, top 5 receiver in the game. Top 3, you want to make an argument. So miss me with that. Jalen Hurts is not top 5. And if he keep playing like he playing, he's not top 10, man. So stop all that. And I stand on that, man. I feel bad for you, A.J. Brown. I'm sorry you're going through what you're going through, bro. They're making it seem like force-feeding you the ball gonna lead to an L when the force-feeding you the ball has always led to W's. How you think you got to the Super Bowl in 2022 throwing A.J. Brown the ball? So, man, miss me with that. Last topic of the day, Dillon Gabriel. See, man, I get tired of people disrespecting Dillon Gabriel like he doesn't exist. All these Deion stands, you got the Shannon Sharps, the Chad Ochocinco's, all they do is talk about Shedeur. It's like Dillon Gabriel doesn't exist. Like Dillon Gabriel wasn't a 3rd-round pick and Shedeur was a 5th-round pick. All these dudes just talking out their ass, just saying anything, not speaking no facts, just spreading lies, spreading misinformation, all on these platforms. It annoys bro. It really irks my nerves when I hear these dudes talk about Shedeur. And a head coach and Kevin Stefanski, a 2-time coach of the year head coach, the coach that took the Cleveland Browns to their first playoff appearance since 2002, got them their first playoff win since 1994, another playoff appearance with an old Joe Flacco that came in the middle of the season. They got him off the couch, got them to a playoff, lost to the Titans, and he don't know what he's doing. Was Kevin Stefanski the one that wanted Deshaun Watson? I don't think so. Didn't the owner want Deshaun Watson? Didn't the owner give him a full T guarantee contract? How did Kevin Stefanski do that? Didn't the owner come out and say the reason main reason he's not gonna fire Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski because it wasn't them that wanted Deshaun Watson, it was him. So since he messed up, he's gonna give him an opportunity to keep building and keep trying to make the Cleveland Browns a great team. Didn't he say that? But Shannon Sharp no one say that though because they don't do no real research. They pick and choose. When they come to Shedeur, there's no research given. There's no facts spread. It's just talking out the ass. Everything else is facts. But when it comes to Shedeur Sanders, it's no facts at all. Dillon Gabriel was a finalist, Heisman finalist his last year. Nobody talks about that. But when you talking about Shedeur was the better quarterback. How was the better quarterback? Dylan Gabriel went to Oklahoma his last 2 years, then he went to Oregon. Didn't Oregon go undefeated? Didn't Dylan Gabriel outplay the quarterback at Ohio State? Didn't he outplay the quarterback at Penn State? But what do I know? I'm just talking out my butt, even though the facts are here on the computer. You can go research it, Shannon Sharp and Chad Josenko, but y'all gonna keep D-Rod and Shedeur and keep disrespecting Dylan Gabriel because y'all Deion fans, bro. I would never do Club Shay Shay. I would never do Nightcap. The disrespect is crazy to me, bro. Like Dylan Gabriel's a scrub. And he a lefty too, so that's why don't stop disrespecting. I'm left-handed, man. Stop disrespecting our lefties. Steve Young was a lefty, Hall of Famer. Michael Vick. So stop it, bro. Stop it. Appendix. Stop it, man. And that's all. That's just Dylan Gabriel. He beat out Shedeur for the backup position. Y'all told us Kevin Stefanski he don't really like Shedeur. He don't do like X, Y, and Z. Hold on. Who's this, bro? My bad, y'all had to do something real quick. But yeah, man, Shedeur got to wait his turn, bro. And all you people saying he getting mistreated and all that stuff, I just find it corny. I've never heard. It's only Shedeur that gets mistreated. It's like, bro, get that thing out your mouth, bro. You know what I'm talking about. Get it out your mouth. A lot of y'all got it in your mouth. Y'all had this thing in your mouth for 2 years. Please get it out. Go ahead and put Dylan in. Go ahead and put Dylan in your mouth because Dylan going to actually show y'all that he can play. Now, the Browns might not be good because the offense, like I said, the O-line is not good. If Shedeur gets there, he's not going to play well. But see, Shadeur's in a win-win situation. Dylan Gabriel's in a lose-lose situation. Because Dylan Gabriel goes out there and he performs, y'all going to sit there and say, well, Shedeur could probably do the same thing. But if he don't perform because he has a terrible O-line, y'all gonna say, well, see, he shouldn't have been in front of Shedeur in the first place. What was Kevin Stefanski thinking? But if Shedeur goes out there and he performs, I told y'all he been good. They were holding him back. But then he don't perform, they're gonna say, oh, they set him up for failure. Y'all just gonna keep finding ways to D-Rod Shedeur Sanders. Y'all gonna keep finding ways. The dude is an emergency quarterback. You got people saying he getting mistreated because he's not a backup. So he supposed to overlap Joe Flacco. No, Joe Flacco's going to be a backup. Where's the outrage for Jameis Winston? Jameis Winston's emergency. He's the emergency quarterback. When Jackson Dart was announced to be the starting quarterback, Russell Wilson became the backup now. They didn't say Jameis Winston's going to be the backup. But it's no outrage for that, though. It's outrage for Shedeur. I just find it weird that instead of just speaking facts and seeing how and just telling it how it is, we're going to keep being in fairy tale land, fantasy land, and keep just making up and pushing narratives that aren't true and aren't real. This is the facts. Kevin Stefanski doesn't believe that Shedeur Sanders is ready to be a starter to a point where he thinks he's an emergency quarterback, which basically means unless Joe Flacco gets injured, unless Dylan Gabriel gets injured, Shedeur won't play. Shedeur needs to develop. He's not a quarterback. He's not an NFL quarterback ready. And these are the facts. And if you don't like that, then you just want to be delusional. And it's okay. You can be delusional. But Shedeur won't play. It don't matter how much you scream, no matter how much you say Kevin Stefanski's not a good coach, even though he is. It doesn't matter how much you do all that crying, being and moaning for Shedeur Sanders. He won't start because he's not ready. The head coach doesn't think he's ready. If Shedeur Sanders was this great, and he was all this that y'all think he is, he will be a backup to the starter. He's not. He is not. And he's not better than Joe Flacco at Joe Flacco age. So stop all that BS too. Even at Joe Flacco, he still got a big arm. So stop all that, man. Stop all that. Dillon Gabriel is a starting quarterback, and my boy gonna show he gonna do what it do and prove to y'all that y'all do all this talking about Shedeur when you should be talking about me because I'm the backup. Now it's my time to shine. And I hope he go out there and prove everybody wrong. And Shannon Sharp owe him an apology. Chad Josink owe him an apology. And if they don't do it, they full of ish. They full of ish, bro. I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear it. You full of ish. Because you do all this time. Anytime Joe Flacco played bad, you won't even mention the backup. You keep mentioning an emergency quarterback. You don't keep mentioning an emergency quarterback when it's not his time to shine. It's not his time to shine. It never will be until he's ready. He's not. Dillon Gabriel's ready. He's more NFL ready than Shedeur. But none of y'all want to believe that y'all live in it because y'all keep talking about college. Keep talking about college. So it is what it is, man. What really irks my nerve is that we sit here all day talking about Shedeur and keep on talking about Shedeur. And to me, it overshadows Cam Ward when we should be talking about the number one overall pick, just like we talk about Caleb Williams and how the Titans are setting him up for failure. Him being sacked 15 times in the season, the most sacks in the NFL. The boy can't even hike the ball and get into a rhythm because somebody already in the face taking him to the ground. And we're more worried about Shedeur Sanders getting mistreated, even though he's not getting mistreated, than the quarterback that went number one overall. All this new media stuff, stop it, bro. It's no such thing as new media. All y'all the same, bro. Y'all all pushed out these weak narratives just like sometimes ESPN does, CBS does, and Fox does, bro. All y'all do it. It don't matter that you're independent. You still saying full. You still saying BS. They're not speaking no facts because y'all don't want to speak facts. You want to live in fairy tale land. You're such a fan that you can't even be honest. I'm a fan of the Falcons. I'm still honest. And saying, hey, yeah, we know we're not that good. We need to be better. Y'all not. Y'all gonna keep making excuses, every excuse for this man. If he goes out there, he don't perform, or the team ain't that good, they set him up for failure. Instead of just being like, nah, he missed some throws. Just like Michael Penix. Michael Penix didn't play good week 3. He was terrible. But I can say that, I can admit that. Why y'all can't? All right. I just don't get it. But like I say, I appreciate everybody that joined today. That's all for today. We'll be back later. I will see you guys tomorrow for the football day and get some more football topics because we got to preview the Thursday night football game, a NFC West rivalry game in the San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy's out for the toe injury, so Matt Jones get his third start. He's 2-0. We're going to see Brock Purdy we're going to see 49ers versus the LA Rams and the great Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, and Devontae Adams and that group. And I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a great game. If Matt Jones, hopefully he can play like he did against the Saints and the Cardinals, and he can show y'all that he could be a good starting quarterback in this league. And we do for a great game, bro. The last couple of games have been decent. So hopefully this game is good. And like I say, y'all, I appreciate y'all that rock with me, that watches the podcast. I'm going to clip this up. I'm going to put out some shorts. And I hope y'all enjoy. Comment it up. Let me know. Like it up. And let me know how y'all feel. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Like I said, I don't care if you agree with me or you don't. I just like to interact. I like to interact with people that like football, bro. I love football. I'm a diehard football fan. And I like talking and communicating with people that thinks like me, in the sense of they like football. Not you think like me, like, oh, I don't like Shedeur Sanders, nothing like that. But in the sense of that you love football. I love people that I love talking to football fans, bro. I love talking to diehard football fans that know football because I love football. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me for a great hour. The Be Like That podcast is coming back soon. So be on the lookout for that. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all for rocking with me, watching the podcast. And we out. No more talking. We out.